Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an alien activity video on an alleged alien named Val Valiant Thor. That's his name, Val Valiant Thor. I'm going to call him Thor, because it's short. Before I get into this, if you enjoy my UFO and paranormal and unexplained videos, go subscribe to my channel, Grumpy Old Ufologist. If you like my gaming videos, Grumpy Old Gamer. My political stuff gets flagged a lot, so with these other channels I'm able to, and go check me out on Rumble. I'm over there too, Grumpy Old Fart. Alright, okay, I do these videos, these UFO and alien videos, because there are thousands of incidents, maybe millions of them, where people claim that they have seen, communicated with, or have been abducted by UFOs. Now they call them UAPs, but I call them UFOs. Many people were stigmatized by the reports and claims as being crazy or unreliable. Many of these witnesses or abductees lost their careers over this, especially if you were in the military. Now, the U.S. government says UFOs, UAPs, are real. This admission spurred me to look at older UFO stories with an air of credibility. Now, I'm not saying every light in the sky was a UFO, but certainly some of them bear further investigation. What I find particularly interesting are the reports of contact with the beings that pilot these craft, and of the abductees that apparently are taken by the beings in these crafts. If people really are being abducted and studied like lab rats, we need to be able to stop that from happening, because it could happen to anyone. Me, you, your family. If somebody's abducting your kid and doing things to them and bringing them back, you want to know about that, and you want to be able to stop it. That's what I'm talking about. And of course, then there are times when the aliens approach the humans. This one I'm talking about now, Val Valiant Thor. In 1967, a book was published titled, quote, Stranger at the Pentagon. It was authored by Dr. Frank E. Stranges, Stranges, and it detailed the visit to our nation by an extraterrestrial agent that may have been here acting as an intelligence gathering asset for an alien race. According to the story, Val Valiant Thor landed on March 16, 1967 in Alexandria, Virginia. He was approached by two law enforcement agents with their weapons drawn. Two law enforcement officers with their weapons drawn. Using some form of technological mind control, Val Valiant Thor de-escalated the situation and then forced the two law enforcement officers to drive him to Washington, D.C. There, he used the mind control technology to gain admittance to the Pentagon and then later to the White House. The alien exhibited telepathic abilities and apparently spoke 100 languages. That may have been a byproduct of the telepathy. In my opinion, if you're telepathic, you can read people's minds pretty good, and then, that precludes having to speak languages, but you never know. At any rate, Val Valiant Thor promised free energy technology and cures for all diseases in order to create a utopia-like society. Val Valiant Thor's promises were suspect when it was reported that he was seen multiple times in various high-security areas and seemed to be collecting intelligence information on American technology. This was concerning to the Department of Defense. Some of them began really questioning them, so they began scientific analysis of the cloth and other items that Val Valiant Thor had given them. The technology was beyond comprehension, but the cloth they were able to analyze, and they found it to be indestructible. You could not destroy this cloth. A U.S. military general then confronted the alien, and in the ensuing argument, the exchange, Val Valiant Thor revealed that there were over 70 other such alien agents on Earth posing as natives. This alien, Val Valiant Thor, then tried to convince the president, and I want to say it was Eisenhower, but don't quote me, to accompany him back to his home planet of Venus. The alien claimed that it was a lush planetary garden of Eden. Now, we now know that Venus is a hellishly hot inferno. I mean, it's ridiculously hot there. So luckily, the president did not accept the invitation to go. At that point, Val Valiant Thor left our world. Again, I don't know if any of this is true, but it's got in my opinion, what amounts to at least one corroboration in theory. I did a video a while back on a man named Phil Schneider. This guy, he was a UFO legend. He had some wild claims about military bases underground and having gotten into a firefight at Dulce Base in New Mexico, with aliens. And apparently some Delta Force guy saved his life, that kind of thing. He went on a lecture circuit. He went on the lecture circuit about these claims, and he had a lot of claims, and you could take what he said with a grain of salt until you realize how he died. He had a very untimely death. As I recall, something about being strangled with his own catheter, and it wasn't good. They ruled it a suicide, but his hands had been damaged to the point where he couldn't tie a knot, and yet he strangled himself with his own catheter, as I understand it. Go check out my video. You'll see what I'm talking about. According to Phil Schneider, the contents of this book, according to Phil Schneider, the contents of this book are real, true, and accurate. Now, a lot of people think Phil Schneider was full of shit. I don't know. But I know his death was pretty damned weird. So, The lack of physical evidence of Val Valiant Thor's existence and visit to our world is par for the course in many alien encounter reports. The absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. The fantastic claims are hard to believe. However, many people believe that advanced technology might seem like magic to primitive people. In America, people are innocent until proven guilty, so until someone can prove that Dr. Strange is lying, we kind of have to give him the benefit of the doubt, especially with the U.S. government admitting that UFOs are real. And again, Phil Schneider says all the stuff in this book is real. Apparently his father worked with this guy and was able to physically see this alien. So, I don't know. Who knows? Anybody else knows any other information, stick it in the comments. And even if you don't believe it, stick it in the comments. Anything you put down there, I'm glad to read it. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.